All right, welcome back to my channel. As we know, a few days ago, the WNBA draft happened, and it was a pretty good draft. I really like the players in this draft class. It definitely is guard heavy. Definitely is a guard heavy draft class. But hey, these players are really good, and this is what I feel like was missing. Is missing in men's college basketball. Again, they just want to do the one and done. They're trying to get to the NBA as quick as possible. But hey, we all know these players from their freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and even their super senior year, because there's a good amount of players here that did 5 years in college. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we follow these players again throughout their whole collegiate time in basketball, and they bring their fan base to the team that they are going to get drafted by. So that's what I like about women's college basketball. And these players are really good, and they're definitely gonna play some good basketball this year. But yeah, I was looking at this ESPN article, grading the WNBA teams on how well they drafted, giving them an A+, A-, B+, B-, and so forth, so on and so forth, right? And I'm looking at this article, right? And look at this. They give Dallas Wings an A+. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing more than likely it's because they got Paige Beckers with the number 1 pick, who's without a doubt the most talented player in this whole class. And she was the number 1 pick for a reason. But other than that, honestly, if you look at the last 3 players, more than likely they might not even get a roster spot, or they might just play barely any minutes. You feel what I'm saying? Like Isaiah James for sure is gonna be like their player off the bench, that spark plug off the bench to give them some points. Definitely to give them some bench points, because she really is like a really good bucket getter. She can shoot the 3 ball well. Great left hand jump shot. I love her jumper, and can finish at the rim. Can put the ball on the floor and create her own shot. She really is a true bucket getter. She can get some buckets, but she definitely isn't going to get a lot of PT, because we all know Dejanay Carrington is on the team now. So she plays the 2 guard position as well. And who else is on the team? Rika Ngubwale, the franchise player on the squad. And we all know Paige is going to start at the 1. Let's not BS. And these other 3 players, Madison Scott, JJ Quinley, and Vonleh from Baylor, they did their thing in college, but bro, they ain't gonna get no minutes like that in college. You feel what I'm saying? And when you look at the Dallas team, right, it's like they really do. They really are gonna need a big. They might really need a big, because Kalani Brown, she's not on the team anymore. Natasha Howard is definitely, on the fever, as we know. So Vonleh might get a roster spot, just to have another backup big or even start. But I don't see JJ Quinley or Madison Scott staying on the team. And with the WNBA having, expansion ongoing now, the Toronto team is coming next year. The Golden State Valkyries is about to have their inaugural season this upcoming 2025 season. That's about to happen in the next couple of weeks. They got Portland Fire. The Cleveland Rockers are going to come back. I like how they're bringing back the old teams. That's so dope. They got to bring back the Houston Comets or even the Detroit Shock. They got to bring these teams back. But yeah, we will see if these other 3 players even get a roster spot. And if not, they're definitely going to go to one of these new expansion teams, because the league is growing. That's why the WNBA is the fastest growing brand. Again, they're following these players from college for 4 to 5 years, and they follow them all the way to the W. They build a fan base, and the fan base follows them to the WNBA and watch them, play in the pros now. But yeah, we will see. But honestly, I wouldn't give Dallas an A+. I would give them like an A- or even a B+, honestly. But A+, I guess, because they got Paige. But hey, we'll see. I think Dallas is gonna do. They're gonna be a really fun team to watch next year. They're gonna be a really, really good team because hey, they really care about offense a lot last year. They barely play any defense. They were putting up a lot of high scoring games, and hey, they got DJ now. Being the team's best perimeter defender. So we'll see how that goes. But again, we will see. We will see. Our next team, Connecticut Sun. ESPN gave them an A. They drafted Anissa Morrow, Sanaya Rivers, Ray Marshall. Let me start with Ray Marshall. Really good defensive player. That's really her bread and butter in basketball. 6'3", 6'4", good rim protector, and she's not like a slow-footed big that can get cooked on the perimeter. She can, keep up and defend pretty well against other guards. She's not gonna get burned and cooked, but hey, she really plays really good defense, and she's a really good player. So that was a good pickup for them. And hey, Sanaya Rivers, a really good slasher. She doesn't shoot the ball like that at all, especially 3-pointers. But hey, in basketball, you can work on your three. You can work on your 3-ball. This is not the end all, be all. You know what I'm saying? If someone can't shoot, saying hey, this person can't shoot right now, they'll never be a good shooter. That's not how it works. She can develop a 3-point shot. And I see these percentages, but it's really low. But she barely even attempted threes. Only attempted 2.2 for her career. So, hey, we'll see if she works on it. But that was my biggest concern with the Connecticut Sun drafting. They didn't draft any shooters. But they drafted Anissa Morrow. Anissa Morrow and Sonia Citron are my favorite players in this whole 2025 class. Morrow is just so cold, and she's just a dope player, man. For her college career, she averaged 20 points and 12 rebounds. Look at that. 20 points, 12 rebounds. And she shot 47% from the field. Again, she's not a shooter. Look at that. She barely attempts threes. But she can work on it because there's a good amount of games where Anissa Morrow took not a lot of threes, but she attempted some 3-point shots, and she can make it. She had a good mid-range jumper. But, again, just like what I said about Sanaya Rivers, she can develop a 3-ball. Who knows? But the way she plays, she is like, she's just a high motor player. That's how she gets all these damn rebounds. So, interesting fact about her, Anissa Morrow, her stats, right? As we see, look at her rebounds. She averages 7.9 defensive rebounds and 4.4 offensive rebounds for her collegiate career. Look at that. Those numbers right there. And when you look at offensive rebounds, most players pretty much get more defensive rebounds than they do offensive. But Anissa Morrow, as we see, again, 4.4 of her rebounds are from the offensive end. That means 55% of her rebounds are from the offensive side of the ball. Again, that's how she really eats. She would get the ball back after a missed shot and then lay it back up. She's just super aggressive and relentless when it comes to crashing the boards. And that's why she definitely has over 100 double-doubles in her career. She eats, man. She really eats on the boards. And that's what I like about players like her. Even if she's having let's say an off shooting night, she don't stop. She don't stop with the high motor. She gives her all when she's playing basketball. She gives her 100%. And you need that. And that just goes to show you how crazy good of a rebounder she is. 55% of her total rebounds are from the offensive end. A good percentage is like if 30% of your rebounds came from the offensive side of the ball. That's pretty good. But 55? That's phenomenal. 55, over half of her boards are on offense. But let me get off of that. I'm just a fan of her game. But hey, they got Marina Mayberry, and she's a knockdown shooter. And one thing about Anissa Morrow, shout out to the homie Mick Talk Hoops. He did a video talking about Anissa Morrow's height, and she's listed at 6'1". She stood next to Marina Mayberry, who's listed at 5'11", and literally Marina was taller than Anissa. Anissa Morrow is definitely like 5'9.5", 5'10". But she plays bigger than that, so it doesn't matter. She's a better rebounder than players that are literally 6'3", 6'4", a legit 6'3", 6'4". She's a better rebounder than a lot of those players. So again, that just goes to show you, the rebounds is really about effort. But I would give them like a B minus. But one thing about the Connecticut Sun, the rookies, they're gonna get minutes. All three of these players are gonna get some burn because there's really no one on Connecticut. So let's keep it a stack. They're gonna get some minutes, so that's good about this. About them getting drafted to this team, because hey, they blew that whole team up, and hey, these rookies are gonna get some minutes. And as we see, on to the next team. It's the Washington Mystics. ESPN gave them an A minus, and I personally I agree with that. I agree with the A minus. Again, Sonia Citron, like I said, it was one of my favorite players in this class. Her play style, she's just a true Swiss Army knife. Can shoot the three ball well, play great perimeter defense. In that game against USC, she made it tough for Juju. Can't even cap. And we saw that step back three she hit to send the game to OT against NC State a couple weeks ago. That just goes to show you, man. Sonya, she can do it all, and she has some playmaking ability. She plays some point guard. Remember, Olivia Miles was injured in the previous college season. She plays some point guard, man. So again, you can even put her at a point guard type of role. She's just a Swiss Army knife. She can do anything that you need her to do. So just a great player. And you see, they got Kiki Ariafin. Shout out to Kiki. She definitely had a better season at her last year in Stanford. She shot better from the field. Yes, I was correct. See, I'm pretty good at remembering these stats. Look at that. She averaged 19 and 11 while shooting 54% from the field her last year at Stanford. But as you know, in her time at USC, a lot of people said that her game regressed for sure. Her field goal percentage went down, but it definitely went down. 54 to 49%. But 49% is pretty good to shoot from the field. It's not a bad field goal percentage, but if you look at the her last couple of games, she really wasn't scoring the ball consistently well. You know what I'm saying? She really wasn't scoring the ball consistently well. Look at that. The game against UConn, shot 3 from 15, and she had 10 points, but 20% from the field is crazy work. The game against Kansas State University, 7 points while shooting 23% from the field. And then look at the game against, Mississippi State. She cooked them. She was balling out. She was looking like a superstar. 36 points, 9 boards on 72% shooting, cooking. Again, it was just really inconsistent. Some people might say because, she had to take a back seat to Juju, but hey, I still believe in Kiki. I'm a fan of her game too. I like Kiki. That's the Nigerian nightmare right there. I rock with her game. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like she's gonna play really well. I rock with Georgia more. I rock with her game. I don't believe she's gonna score that many points. In her rookie season, again, she was lighting it up in college. Hey, we see the numbers. Like she put up 19 last. She put up 19 this past season, 18 the season before. Then it was 16, 11. She gets buckets, but look at them assists. She can pass the ball. I feel like she will be a better playmaker and passer, being the W. But hey, let's not. Hey, she can still put the ball in the basket. That step back is insanely lethal. That step back is just lethal, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So hey, Mystics are still gonna be good, man. They're really gonna be a good team. Lucy Olsen, cold. Zay Green was just that tough defensive player for Alabama, and Lucy Olsen was just a mid-range threat. She just kills from the mid-range. And just like Connecticut, these players are gonna get some burn too. A lot of these rookies on the Mystics are gonna get a lot of minutes. I see a lot of them getting minutes, and I definitely see the first four. Sonia, Kiki, Georgia, Lucy, keeping a roster spot. I like Zay Green, but hey, I don't know. I don't know if she'll keep a roster spot, but hey, we will see. And I'm from the DC area, so it's gonna be good to see the Mystics, play pretty good basketball. I feel like this is gonna be a fun team to watch. And the Indiana Fever, the team, my team. Shout out to the Fever. I think they drafted really good. Yvonne from Gonzaga, I don't think she's gonna make a roster spot to keep it a stack. I really feel like, especially when we look at the rosters that we got right now, I really don't see her, getting any PT. Because hey, we got some bigs already. We got Aaliyah Boston. We got Natasha Howard. You feel what I'm saying? Michaela Timpson. That was a good pickup for us for sure. That was a really, really good pickup for us. Just a really good defensive player. She's a true, rim protector. Really good interior defender. I love the way she plays. Michaela Timpson. And she did show signs of her, shooting the ball pretty well. And look at that. Bree Hall coming. We got Bree Hall, of course. I always say Bree Hall is my favorite player on South Carolina. Love her game. A lot of people overthrow the term 3-and-D. They overuse that term for a lot of players who really aren't that. But that's really Breezy. That's Breezy Hall. And I did a video on her when I literally first started my channel. I think it's my first video, honestly. Definitely one of my first vids. But I talked about how Bree Hall might F around, and be the biggest steal in the giraffe. She can shoot the 3-ball really well. You feel what I'm saying? And look at that. For her NCAA tournament career, she shot a 40% 3-point field goal percentage. True 3-and-D. And she really was always, defending the other team's best perimeter player. But yeah, Bree Hall's tough, man. Bree Hall's tough. And again, just like that post, man, she's gonna be with her former South Carolina teammate Leah Boston, in South Carolina Gamecock reunion. So that's dope. And look at Timpson, mid-range shot. Look at that, rim protecting, blocking. Look at that, hitting runners, scoring tough in the post. Super aggressive, bro. That's what the team needed. And she really is a rim runner. And after losing, Temi, hey, this is another good big to add to the team. Especially because I really feel like DeWanna might not. Especially if you look at that long term, I don't think DeWanna Bonner will play too long. Because she really is an older player. DeWanna Bonner been in the league for a long, long time. So they're definitely decided to make, a long-term investment, getting another big. But hey, DeWanna can shoot that thing, man. I know Fever wants some more shooting. I don't think Jaylen Brown will make a roster, honestly. I don't think she make a roster. She played pretty good against the Fever, last year, preseason. She dropped a lot she was getting buckets on them, but I don't know if she'll make the team, man. I don't know. But, hey, we will see. So let me get back to these other teams, man. I'm talking a lot. I don't want to hold y'all up. But yeah, as we see, they give the Seattle Storm a B+. This was another one that threw me completely off because I would give the Seattle Storm an A+. I feel like they had the best. I feel like they did the best drafting this whole 2025 draft. They drafted Dominique Malonga, 6'6". We seen the clips of her dunking. She can shoot the 3-ball. Yo, she just looked like she just looked amazing. She looked like a KD. She looked like a female Kevin Durant. Or you could probably say like a I'm trying to do an NBA comparison. Or you could probably say like a Porzingis. I take that back. Yeah, she looked like a Porzingis. A player that can just shoot, a tall center that can shoot the 3-ball well. Just great shooting, really good rim protecting, and she's gonna be a problem. And again, there's clips of her dunking. We might see the first, WNBA poster. So who knows? And look at that, they picked up Serena Sundell, who I feel like was arguably, it was her and Olivia Miles who was the best point guards in women's college basketball last year, and she led the nation in assists. Serena Sundell, she's just a dime dropper, bro. I love the way she passed the ball and the way she sees the court. This past season, she averaged 7.3 assists. And every other season before that, she was averaging at least 5. But don't let those numbers fool you. I know a lot of people would like to see, a person has to average 8, 9, 10 assists to be like a really good passer. But man, she can pass the ball, bro. I'm telling you, she's a dime dropper. So this is a really good pickup for them. They pick up Malonga again, a stretch big, who can really do everything. She can really score on all three levels. But Malonga's gonna be interesting. Paige might win rookie. She's more likely to win rookie of the year, but second place, I got probably Malonga or Anissa, as the runner up to the rookie of the year. But they pick up Serena Sundell. They got Madison Corner, who's one of the best shooters in this draft class. It was literally Aaliyah Nye and her. Aaliyah Nye and Madison Corner were the best shooters. I don't think Jordan Hobbs will make a roster, but who knows? I could be wrong. But definitely these three, you pick up a really good three-point specialist, a really good playmaking pass-first point guard, and an all-around center who can be a legit generational player. Hey, they give the Seattle Storm an A+, man. She was second pick for a reason. I wouldn't be surprised if she was the first pick, bro. But hey, let's look at the Chicago Sky, man. The Chicago Sky. I don't think this girl from Texas A&M will make a roster, but we will see. We will see. I give the Chicago Sky like a B+. Honestly, I saw Sivka. They said she might not stay. She might not play for Chicago this season. So we will see. Honestly, they might just shelve her. They do that a lot with international players that get drafted in the WNBA. But we will see if she plays, man. I like her game. She's a true stretch four. Her and Maddie Westbell. They are true stretch fours, stretch five, stretch bigs, especially nowadays in positionless basketball. The 4 and 5 is in a way interchangeable, but they're both really good stretch shooting bigs. Siska, she definitely is. She definitely has to do some rim protecting because she can't really guard on the perimeter at all. I wish I could show clips, but again, this is YouTube. Your boy not trying to get in trouble. Can't show too much clips, but yeah, plenty of clips of her online, playing. But she can shoot that thing, and she makes really good passes. She is a really good passing big, with like how a lot of these European bigs are in basketball. They're just high IQ, fundamentally sound players, man. That's why they're so good. Yeah, and then Maddie Westbell. If Maddie Westbell got drafted the season before, she probably would have went higher, but she was injured this year. She came back towards like the second half, and look at that, her numbers definitely declined. But before that, Maddie was balling. Man. Look, for her collegiate career, 12 points a game, 6.7 rebounds. She shoots 48% from the field and 35% from three. And don't let this 3-point attempt fool you. Maddie can shoot the three ball really good. She can shoot the three. She took a good amount of mid-range jump shots. She can shoot some middies, but I myself am personally not a fan of like long range twos. To me, I might be, and I'll trust you, I'm not like them analytical people. I'm not them analytical, purist type of people. But I really feel like if you're like 18 to 19 feet from the basket, man, just take a step back and shoot a three ball. Honestly, but yeah, she can shoot consistently from the mid range, and yeah, I feel like this was a good pickup for them. And of course, Haley Van Lith. Her and Angel gonna play with each other again. They played with each other at LSU that one season. So that was a really good pick. They got that chemistry there. I wonder what her role is gonna be. It's gonna be interesting to see this. It's gonna be interesting to see how Tyler Marshall has them play. I don't know the system. I really don't know the system. So how Tyler Marshall's gonna have them run it, but hey, he picked up two good shooting bigs and Haley Van Lith, who's just really good scorer. She shows a better playmaking ability this past season at TCU. So we will see, bro. We will see, man. The Sparks, they got Sir Ashley Barker, Sanaya Fagan, Latu King. Pretty good. I'll agree with this. B- is pretty good for them. Barker is just tough, bro. She's just an efficient scorer. She can shoot the three ball really well, and she's just tough, bro. Tough. That game against Maryland that Alabama versus Maryland game was definitely a top 3 game last year. It was just amazing to see that. And she dropped 40. She shot 40-something points in that game. She was cooking, but really great player. Fagan, a really good big for South Carolina. South Carolina is always producing really good bigs. And Leah Two King from Notre Dame. I don't know if she would get a roster spot, honestly. I don't know, but she was good for Notre Dame. She was getting doubles like damn near every game. To me, she really didn't get that much credit, in my opinion. And hey, shout out to her. She's from DC too. Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, look at that. She was averaging 10 boards. She was getting, again, double-digit rebounds almost every game. But we'll see if she really gets a roster spot, man. I would love her too. She played really well for them. But yeah, I agree with the Sparks grade of a B-. Aces, they didn't really need too much. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't have that much picks. It was, of course, only 2. But look at that. Look who they picked up. It's Leah Nye, who I think is the best shooter in college basketball. Again, in this draft class, the best shooters were Leah Nye, Madison Corner, and Tahina Pow. Pure, true, 3-point shooters. Leah Nye, she averaged 3.5 threes a game this past season. Just knockdown shooter. She was my favorite player in Alabama. She was cold. And then Harmony Turner from Harvard, she was just cooking the Ivy League conference. But again, the thing with that is, who's in the Ivy League? Who was in Columbia? Who was in Brown University? That was true bump. That's what we say when I'm from, bump. That means competition, tough competition, legit tough competition. Was she playing against legit tough competition? Hey, I don't really think so, because the Ivy League, again, they didn't really have that many good players and teams, but she was just cooking. She was just scoring in bunches, man. Look at averaging 18 points, but she did it on not so efficient shooting. But she was letting them shots fly because she was the best player on the team. She was taking hella shots. And look at this. This past season, she averaged 43, which was her best, 43% from the field. But it's pretty low for a high volume shooter. And look at, she was taking 18 shots, and she was letting that joint fly. But she's a good player. She's a really good player. She's skilled, great handle, can shoot the 3-ball, 3-level scoring. But with that, let's see if it translates to the W, man. Let's see. But Leah Nye, hey, her shooting is gonna definitely translate. Man, the Aces are gonna be really good. Again, if y'all seen my previous video a couple months ago, I talked about Elizabeth Kitley, how she's gonna revitalize the Aces, and hey, picking up a Leah Nye. They got Asia Wilson, who's without a doubt top 2 player in the WNBA. It's Asia and Caitlin. Let's keep it a stack. But yeah, the Aces are gonna be real good, man. That was a good pickup. When I saw they picked up Leah Nye, I'm like, ooh, that might be F around and be the steal. Look at the Atlanta Dream. They gave them a C. They picked up Tina, again, top 3 shooter in this class. Knockdown shooter. I don't think Taylor from Ohio State. We'll see if she makes the roster spot. We'll see. But hey, Tahina, I want to see her. I want to see how she plays in the W. It's gonna be interesting. Knockdown shooter, pure sharp shooter. That's her play style to me. Cause she can shoot that thing consistently well. And that's something that you could, in my opinion, I don't feel like you can't have too much shooting. But that's a player that Atlanta Dream needs, because they do need some shooting. And I do agree with that. That C grade for them, because it really wasn't too much that they drafted. It wasn't like any wowzers. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with that C. Let me speed through these. The Minnesota Lynx. I agree with the C. Aubrey Griffin, she didn't really do too much at UConn. But we will see if she keeps a roster spot. The girl from Russia, she's a really good player. Nyla Daniels, she's cold. I really feel like Miss Daniels. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her first name wrong. Delilah Daniels. She was good for Kansas State. She was cold. She averaged 11 points. I'm good at remembering these stats. She's a really good player. 11 points on 47% field goal shooting, and she's a good rebounder. She's averaging 6 boards for her career. hey, she's a really good forward, and I really feel like Aces are the Minnesota Lynx would definitely lock her in with the roster spot. We'll see if she gets some burn because hey, who's the team's power forward on that roster, man? They got Collier, who's the top 3 player. Okay, hey, in my opinion, if you ask me, top 3 is Caitlin, Asia, and Collier. That's my top 3. But yeah, we'll see if she gets some burn. It's gonna be interesting to watch the Minnesota Lynx, man. They still got Diamond Miller. You know what I'm saying? So, and she got injured. So, it's gonna be interesting to see who keeps a roster spot. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be really, really interesting to see that. But man, Lynx they were man, that thing, I think that was rigged. The Minnesota Lynx should have won that championship, man. But we'll see, bro. We will see. All right, let's talk about the last team, man. Let me speed through this. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm talking too much. Golden State Valkyries. They give them a C-. I kind of agree with this. The girl from Lithuania is really good player. She's a really, really good 2-guard. She can shoot that thing, man. Hey, these European players are so fundamentally sound. If you watch her game, she can pass really well. She can shoot. Cheyenne Sellers. She is a true all-around guard. She was doing everything for Maryland, man. All 4 years. She was just a good player. Shout out to Cheyenne Sellers. Look at that. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. From the field this past season, 41% from 3. Her three ball is there. She can shoot that thing, but she don't attempt that much. She doesn't attempt that much threes, but I'm telling you, she can knock them joints down. She plays defense, but the thing is it's her injuries. We'll see if she has any issues with her knees. Coming into the W. I hope she's fully, healthy. In terms of her knees. I hope they're good to go. Because she's a really good player, and injuries suck, man. Because there's so many times in basketball history we've seen injuries just f up a player's career. But we will see. Caitlin Chen, hey, the Golden State Valkyries is an expansion team. I don't see them doing that well, honestly. But I guess that was a good pickup for them. Caitlin Chen was definitely a fan favorite on UConn, and it might help them sell jerseys. I guess that's what they're going for. Who knows? But they definitely need to pick up Cheyenne Sellers, and it's gonna be interesting to see this new team, this new expansion team, on how well they do. And even when the other expansion teams, again, the Toronto Tempo, the Portland Fire, the Cleveland Rockers, when these teams come within the next couple of seasons, it's going to be interesting to see how the expansion draft messes up teams and stuff like that. And we know next year in 2026 offseason, a lot of star players are going to be free agents, man. So the W is going to interesting. That's why I'm really, really enjoying this league. But hey, y'all tell me your thoughts and opinions on this 2025 WNBA draft. Which teams do y'all think drafted the best? What are your thoughts on the players? Who do you think is going to keep a roster spot? And how you think these players are going to do in their rookie season? All right. Hey, thank y'all for watching. Please stay tuned in to these next few videos I'm going to drop within the next couple of days. Like, comment, and subscribe. Till next video.